Hey everyone, welcome back to another comparison video. Today we're going to be comparing two Y-Wing sets. First of all, some basic info on both of these sets. The one on the right here comes from the year 2017 and is based off of Rogue One. Given set number 75197, it came with 691 pieces, retailed for $60, adjusted for inflation, that's about $65 now. Now moving over to this set. This set is based off of Rise of Skywalker, given set number 75249. It came with 578 pieces, retailed for $70, and just recently retired, so there was no adjusted for inflation amount quite yet. Now before we actually get into comparing the physical builds of the sets, let's take a look at the minifigures. First off here we have the beautiful Y-Wing pilot that was first brought in with the U-Wing set, also based off of Rogue One. This minifigure just looks really cool, honestly. It has some cool checkerboard printing on the helmet, great blue flight suit, some great glove pieces there. I love the color on those. It's got leg printing, back printing. Honestly, it's just a great minifig. You even have two faces, scared face and happy face. All around great minifigure. Let's see what else this set has to offer. You also get Admiral Raddus, which is an exclusive minifigure in this set. A similar head mold to Admiral Akbar, but just a little bit different color. I love the double shading on the headpiece. A pretty simple torso piece and leg piece, but they definitely do what they're supposed to and make the minifigure look complete. So all around, pretty good minifigure. Another exclusive minifigure here is this astromech droid with a clear dome and silver. It looks very nice. I love the orange and the see-through piece here. It looks really nice, and it's one of my favorite astromech droids that LEGO's ever made. I'm not sure why, maybe it's the color combo, but this droid looks really, really good. Our last rebel in the set, and another exclusive minifigure, is this big white fella here. He looks basically like a Yeti, but with a hawk's nose, but this isn't actually a nose. It's like a little vent breathing mask thingy. He has a very cool backpack looking thing. You can actually attach his gun right here. I just don't have it with me right now. But a really great minifigure. If you take the head off, you can see there is printing underneath. I don't know why you'd need it, but it is there, which is very cool. And this is a very unique minifig that we've never seen again, and we will never see again. So very cool getting it in this set. Moving on to the minifigures from the new Y-Wing, we first up have Poe Dameron here with a nice little backpack is the first thing I noticed. Interesting scarf on the torso, some great detailing. The legs are actually even really detailed, which is nice. You get a nice silver blaster, and then if you take his hairpiece off, you can see he has the normal face and then the serious face. So lots of variety in this minifigure, and honestly the hairpiece in itself is really nice. Next up we have Zori Bliss, which is a very interesting minifigure. Not actually exclusive to this set, but her helmet piece is really unique, and she has some cool guns too. Love the crimson red color. They actually don't give her a face. We never see it in the movie, so we don't really know what's under there. But all around great minifigure. The head doesn't really rotate as much as I wish it would, but that's alright. This minifigure is pretty cool, besides that one little issue. Next up we have two droids, the first of which being an exclusive to the set with this teal droid here. Love the different headpiece for this one. It's a really great droid. I mean, the mold is exactly the same, it's just the color that's different, but it does look pretty good. And then we have very small little Dio here, which also comes with the Dio buildable figure. So I don't have much to say on this, except he's really small. He's gonna get lost. It's not gonna be good. And lastly, not an exclusive minifig, but similar to the other Y-Wing, we have our one opposing force. In this case, it's a snowtrooper with a very nice cape, but it's not exclusive. It's just a really nice minifigure to have. So we have all of our minifigures here before us, and I've got to say, the newer minifigures are really neat, and you do get the same number. It's 5 minifigures either way. But I have to go with the Rogue One minifigures. 3 of the 5 minifigures are not exclusive. The Poe does come in other sets, but he does come in different outfits, and this one isn't even my favorite one that he has. The Dio minifigure is cool, and the teal droid is cool, but they're just not really as cool as some of these minifigures. You have 3 exclusive minifigures in the set, and 2 of them actually have some pretty decent screen time, and this astromech droid just looks so cool. I just can't get over the see-through helmet part. It looks really great. The pilot is good, and the classic Stormtrooper minifigure cannot be beat. So that being said about the minifigures, let's get on to comparing the builds. It is worth noting before we get on to the actual builds that the 2017 Rogue One ship actually does come with this little cart. You can have a minifigure sit in it, drive it up to the ship. You have extra flick missiles and torpedoes, which we will be looking at with the builds attached to this. You can detach the little carts with the ball joint here, and it has these pieces on the bottom to help it move fairly quickly and easily. It's a nice little side build. As side builds go, this is probably one of my favorite ones that I own. It really completes the sets, and it adds a little bit extra playability that is just really nice to have. So here we have the two Y-Wings. If you'll notice, the newer one is actually slightly longer than the older one, and that's because these parts in the back are just a little bit longer. That being said, let's start from the front and work our way back. They both have a similar cockpit area. The guns on both of these are slightly different. I think I do like these ones a little bit more though. Now the shape for the head is a little bit different. You can see this one is a lot more sleek with some fun stickers, while this one is just kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't look as complete, and just like, it doesn't look as good to me. Now the cockpit piece itself is a little bit different for both of these. This one's a little bit darker and this one's a little bit lighter, and it also has a little symbol on top of it. Now in order to open both of these, this one is fairly easy. You just pop it open, you can throw your minifigure in there, and that's all there is to it. This one, you know, there's a process. You gotta move the turret out of the way, then you gotta stand it up, and it just doesn't quite look as good in there. And that's just what happens when you're comparing an older set to a newer set. The newer set is probably gonna win out on some of that stuff because the design is better. Now as we work our way back, we have a spot for an astromech droid in both of these. And then as you move back towards the turbines or the engines, you can see there's a little bit of greebling on both of these. This one uses all gray pieces, while the other one uses some brown, which I really like. I really like the brown. This one actually uses some more detail on the side here. So I think I'm going to have to say this one is better greebling than this one, even though this one is a little bit smoother looking. Y-Wings aren't really supposed to look like that. They're supposed to look like this, and it does a really good job. Now they both have the exact same feature where you can actually shoot little torpedoes out of the top of them, hence the cart carrying torpedoes. Here, let me show you. So both of these have a small lever in the back, and when you twist the lever, out comes the torpedoes. And it works exactly the same on this one. Here's your lever. There's the torpedoes. Since we're talking about torpedoes, let's take a look at the back area where you twist to make the torpedoes come out. You can see there's both a little bit of work done back here to kind of cover up the lever. This looks really nice. I love how it's kind of boxed in. This piece is very unique, but I do really like this. Now, the actual engine pieces, you can see that the newer one has a fairly longer one. I'm not exactly sure why they did that, but the back on the newer one is very cool with the pink that is on both this part and this part, while the older one only has it right here. So I think just for the aesthetics, this one just looks better. There's a little bit more pop of color on it than the older one. But from the back, both of these sets are looking really sharp. On the bottom, you can see both of these use the exact same landing gear, which is nice. The landing gear works really well. So my biggest issue with this set is the turret that blocks this part from opening. And this one greatly improved that by moving it back and giving it its own little section, which just really sells it for me. This one doesn't move up and down, it just moves to the side. This one moves up and down all around. It can go completely 360. It does kind of fall off though, so that is, I don't know, it's kind of a problem, but it's not that big of a deal if you're not messing with it too much. If you were to ask me which one of these to pick up, well, first of all, this one costs $70 and this one costs $65 adjusted for inflation. However, both of these are retired now, so they do cost a little bit more. This one costs about $100 if you want it sealed in box, and this one is probably just a little bit over. It's only been retired for a few months as of the filming of this video, so you can still probably find it relatively close to its original retail price. If you're in it for the minifigs, you might want to get the Rogue One version. If you're in it for the build, this one definitely looks better. I really love the red combo with the gray and the white. The yellow combo is more classic, but I don't like it as much. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.